Hey guys, welcome back to the video. I'm Mike Benitez. Today we're going to do our ship bios video. One of the last battleships that were in Pearl Harbor during the attack. And this battleship was one of the most seriously damaged but still rebuilt. And this battleship was called the USS West Virginia. Let's begin the story. West Virginia was the third ship and the last final ship completed in the Colorado class, which consisted of her sister ship Colorado, and Maryland. Maryland was also at Pearl Harbor during the attack. The fourth ship, Washington, was only 75% completed, but was halted. Construction began on West Virginia in 1920, and she was completed and commissioned by 1923. In 1924, the West Virginia, which would be nicknamed WV, won the American Defense Society's American Defense Cup and received many rewards between 1925 and 1935. In one of the fleet problem battle exercises, West Virginia and Tennessee accidentally fired several rounds at the Saratoga, thinking that the Saratoga was Lexington. Saratoga and Lexington were sister ships, and so there could have been a miscalculation. However, to 1939 and 1941, America was on the breach of war, so many of the Pacific Fleet's battleships, including the West Virginia, were taken to Pearl Harbor in 1940. But throughout 1941, West Virginia would do extensive exercises. This was until she and her other shipmates would be attacked by Japanese bombers and torpedo planes. On the morning of December 7th, 1941, the ships were attacked. West Virginia would receive 7 torpedo hits and 2 bomb hits. Her captain, Marvin Charbonnier, would die when shrapnel from a bomb hit of the USS Tennessee hit the West Virginia, destroying her bridge deck and killing Captain Bennion. Doris Miller was an African-American messman on the West Virginia during the attack. He had tried to save her captain, but to no avail. And so, even though he had manned a gun before in his life, he fired at one of her anti-aircraft guns and was able to take out at least 2 planes. He was given a reward later, but in 1943 he would die when he was on the USS Liscombe Bay when it was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine. West Virginia remained sunk on the sea bottom. Her wreck trapped the USS Tennessee for 10 days. However, later on in 1942, the ship would be taken back to port, the West Virginia, and then reconstruction will begin on what was once a powerful battleship. Here we see an aerial view of Pearl Harbor from a Japanese plane, and there you see a torpedo explosion from the USS West Virginia. Here we see West Virginia leaving Pearl Harbor on April 30th, 1943, probably after she was reconstructed. During reconstruction, workers found 66 West Virginia sailor bodies when the ship sank. Into July of 1944, West Virginia would take numerous operations in destroying Japanese installations on shores and at sea. One of the most famous battles with the USS West Virginia was probably the Battle of the Surigao Strait in 1944 during the Battle of Leyte Gulf. Here we see West Virginia firing on the Japanese fleet. Having suffered damage, USS Artisan, a floating dry dock, was used to help the USS West Virginia for repairs. This is kinda cool because we get to see a battleship on a floating dry dock. For the rest of World War II, West Virginia would take operations in the Philippine area, the Battle of Iwo Jima, and the Battle of Okinawa. At the end of World War II, West Virginia was present in the Japanese surrender in Tokyo Bay. Just like her sister ship Maryland, things would start to go downhill for West Virginia after World War II. On Navy Day in 1945, 25,554 visitors visited the ship when she was in dock. Then she was docked with her sister ship Colorado. Between 1945 and 1946, West Virginia will reach the end of her life and will be inactive for several months. It all came to an end in 1959, where the USS West Virginia was scrapped, along with her sister ship Maryland and her other sister ship Colorado. These are the awards received by USS West Virginia for her battles in Pearl Harbor and other victories. One of the highways in West Virginia was named the USS West Virginia Memorial Highway, which is actually pretty nice to see the ship, to know that the ship was never forgotten. Thank you guys for enjoying this video of the USS West Virginia, nicknamed Wee Vee. Now, in the next video, we're going to be talking about the USS New Orleans, which was a cruiser during the attack on Pearl Harbor. I'm Mike Benitez. See you all later. This is Mike Benitez signing out on the story of the USS West Virginia. Have a nice day.